Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and welcome again to the Rob and Mike Show. As always, this is Rob.
That's Mike.
Hey, again, as always, we want to thank you guys so much for all of the support, for sticking with us, for tuning in every week, for messaging us. We get support. You know, it's been neat to we've done enough shows now and shamelessly self-promoted enough so that we actually, you know, we encounter people on like the street who are like, hey, I checked out an episode, or
just what was it? A couple weeks ago, we went out for drinks, and one of the people that we know that are regulars where we go were like, oh yeah, I heard about your show. I can't wait to check it out and stuff like that. So it's been really cool. Also a plus, I know we did a little bit different things in the last couple of weeks. As we've mentioned, we were on vacation. Thanks for the support of the little random videos on the actual Facebook page.
Yeah.
We figured that would be a lot easier to do than on our YouTube channel, because they were just little quick snippets. There are more to come because, as we said, it's summer, so we are both leaving again in July. Him a little bit longer, me for a shorter amount of time. So you'll be getting more of those little random posts on our actual Facebook page, and not here on the YouTube channel.
Right. And it's going to be a lot of stuff. So I'm super excited about this because I've never been, and so I am, for the first time ever, going to Yellowstone.
I'm excited for you.
I am super excited. It's one of those, it's one of those trips that, like, I guess you're just, you're like, yeah, you should always go, like, that list of things that, like,
Grand Canyon,
Yellowstone,
Niagara Falls,
right,
the
Everglades, things like that.
That weird stuff.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about it. So I will definitely be posting a lot to the Facebook page during that trip. We're going to be doing it as a road trip, so there's going to be a lot of days of just popping in and I'm going to get to see a little bit. There's parts of America that these are parts of America that I have kind of already seen, I've been through.
Yeah.
But I've never, like, stopped and really, like, kind of check them out.
I'll be going somewhere different. I'm not going to say yet, but you will be seeing me on a campus, which I'm very excited for. One of my things is I do love visiting college campus, so that should be a real treat. But today's show, as you know, when we drop this, it will be Father's Day, and since we did a Mother's Day episode, obviously we're going to do a Father's Day, and I'm going to turn to this man real quick and wish you, sir, a very, very happy Father's Day.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? It's so strange. I cannot believe that he's 12. I cannot believe that
he's about to be a teenager.
Right? Yeah, like
really
teenager.
Soon.
And with like the mustache is starting to come in.
Yeah,
and like he had a sleepover last night with a buddy of his. And he's like a year older. His friend is like about a year older. And his voice is starting to crack.
Oh, yes.
And I was thinking, oh my gosh, that's like around the corner, so being a dad is probably the coolest thing ever. It really is. It's just being able to kind of, not even just to watch a human develop,
it's and just, grow into it.
And keep growing, and it's a really kind of this sort of surreal, sort of like magic thing, because I still, for me, and I know this is, it's funny because when you become a parent, you start to see the world from the perspective of your own, right? And for me, it was yesterday when he was born. Right? I mean, there's been a lot of time, but but for me, that was just a few years ago, because and I know for him, that was, forever ago, right? Yeah. It was forever ago. And and so then I look and I think about like my parents' perspective, and it's just like, my mom, for I'm not. I never say my age, but my mom is, for her, she's just like, yeah, I was changing diapers yesterday.
Oh yeah, my parents completely. I first want to say, obviously, happy Father's Day to all of you gentlemen out there, especially to a lot of my male friends who are fathers and who have been wonderful fathers to their children. Obviously, a very shout out to my father on Father's Day, and that was kind of something my dad and I talked about. If you saw, I was in California over Memorial Day weekend, and that was actually a birthday present for my dad. And it's so surreal to be like, he would pay for stuff for us to do, and now to come around it, and I'm not going to put my age out there either, but where I'm at in my age, and now be able to do that for him. It was just kind of, it was kind of really cool, and I can only imagine what it was for him to be like. I mean, he kept talking about it. He was like, my son took me out, and I was just like, excuse me, but like, yeah, it was just...
No, it's a change. I mean, it really, like, it's such a different, watching your kids develop, right? And you are, and I hate to say the good ones, but as a parent, you should, in my opinion, parenting is a lifelong thing, right? Like, I don't get into I got him to 18, peace out. Like,
I don't ever understand.
I don't get that one at all. But parenting is a lifelong thing, and so you get to see this development, and it's cool because I think the hard thing is knowing. Okay, I know what's coming up next for you, right? I know you're about to hit teenager. Your entire world is going to be just masked in. And it's going to be different, and it's going to be masked in like this river of raging hormone, and and you want to give the right advice without sounding, and not to say I don't want to sound like my parents, right? But no, that's not what it is. It's, did what your parents say work, right? Yeah. And then, is what you're planning to say gonna work, or should you just, And
there's a whole point of letting him discover,
right? And then there's the self-discovery aspects of it, and so and so really, it's funny. I know there are probably some super really really well researched parents out there who are like, yep, I've got this. But half the time, I don't care who you are, you're rolling the dice and being like, I hope I didn't screw that up. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Is he going to be in counseling?
Right, and then you step back okay, we're good. Woo! All right, no dead animals in the closet. Okay. Just create. It's a hard thing. It's a really rewarding thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And your dad, your dad has been in my life for longer than I've known you. Yeah,
about 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I met your dad a couple of years before I met you. And I know that's kind of been cool because you and I have, with us being as close as we are, your dad has been able to sort of watch me go through this, progression into adulthood as well.
Age when you
I was in high school. I was in high school when I met your dad.
Without putting the years.
Right. Yeah. Nobody needs to know that. It's fine. But so it's been kind of cool to have that sort of especially with your dad moving here and spending so much time.
Yeah.
And so that it's been kind of neat and everything. So definitely cool. I also want to say I don't think I did, but yeah, absolutely happy Father's Day to specifically my father-in-law Rick, my cousin Harvey, my brother Jerome. Happy birthday to you, Morgan, my brother-in-law. There's so many.
Our good friends Jay. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
To Mr. Bala, who never gets any sleep because he has 3 very young, rambunctious, wonderful, intelligent, beautiful girls.
Those girls are amazing.
A big one to also, as we mentioned, these are like our brothers too. To one of my best friends who I've known almost as long as you, actually a little longer. To Steve Walton, who is not only a father, but is a grandfather, so God bless you for that.
Oh my goodness, that's right, you did do that.
Double duty.
Look at you.
And actually, to my stepbrother Chris, whose daughter just graduated from high school. Sadie just graduated. Happy birthday! Happy Father's Day to you,
Chris. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. That's awesome.
And now, as we did for Mother's Day, if you don't mind, I'm gonna do a little direct into the camera.
Please direct yourself.
I did this with my mother, so I feel it's only right to do this with my father. Talk directly. This is always hard. Dad, I want to say thank you. I love you. Thanks for everything you've done for me. I know it was a little rocky in the beginning. I know I wasn't the easiest son to raise and get along with, but thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for the things we've been able to have now as adults. Thank you for being not only my father, but now one of my best male friends. I'm just so lucky that we are at where we are at in our life. And excuse me for a second, because someone's cutting onions. I just love you, and I can't wait for the next few years for more adventures we can do with each other. And I love at this point in our lives, it's more about making memories than just stupid little gifts. So, yeah, I love you, Dad. Thank you. Just thank you. I know.
You're really good at making people cry.
All right. Well, I don't know if that's a good thing.
I don't know. Wait, hold on a second. That actually, man, I'm telling you. Wow. I'm gonna give your mom a moment to stop.
You told me my moment. I'm
All right.
gonna do a bad product placement.
I know. Mountain Dew.
Watermelon.
It's the new watermelon thing. Yeah. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to try that.
It is good. Anyway.
So you can totally send us a check now. And so can Crystal Geyser Water.
Sorry, we had to break the moment for a second because I got.
Well, yeah. I'm not there yet. I'm still kind of verklempt. Anyway, so I don't. You know what? I was gonna my camera moment. Right. This will say I don't. You know, it's funny. I don't have something that like I need to say to my dad. My dad and I don't, it's so weird. My dad and I kind of like we did our thing. Like you know, like we ended on a good note. You know, we had just like we got our things like squared away and and not only that, I think yeah. What I will say though is to you fathers out there who are raising kids and you've either recently lost your dad or you're or if you're wondering. Yes, you are doing a great job. He thinks you're doing a great job. He's so proud of you, and your kids are so proud of you. Mm-hmm. And just keep doing what you're doing, and keep loving those kids as much as you possibly can. And you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, and your dad thinks so too, wherever he is. So that's all I have.
Well, that was beautiful.
And. With that, I don't know if now that we have not a dry eye in the room, we've got some really cool stuff coming up. Again, you guys are going to be seeing some stuff on Facebook Live as we travel. Everybody's vaccinated, and if you are, we would love to have you on the show.
We do actually have some really excited some episodes coming up where we're going to finally have guests, so really excited about that. Yeah. And if you are, rolling in town, coming to the PNW, we'd love to have you on the show. For any of you locals who are here, once again, if you have any ideas, put them down there. Or if you want to be a guest on our show, that would be wonderful. We want to keep expanding this this YouTube channel. Yeah. We don't always want it to be just me and Mike rambling on.
Although that is amazingly entertaining.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate
Even if it's just for us, we're entertained. Hopefully you're entertained
But
too.
you guys, if you have something that you want to talk about, something that you're passionate about, that you just want to sit and have a conversation about, come on down. I'm okay with talking with you about whatever it is that you're passionate about.
If you do craft projects, like we would love to sponsor local people. If you have
we'll come to you.
If you have a website where you do stuff for local, please, we are more than willing to help promote local people, get them some more, exposure, because that's what we're here for. Like I said, we're not here to become the next YouTube sensation. We're here because we enjoy it. We're here because we have fun with you guys, and if part of that is helping you grow or expand something you're trying to do, I'm 100% behind it, and I believe my partner in crime here is also.
Yeah. So we expect to hear from you soon. It's just been a blast doing it's funny, we were just sitting here a couple minutes ago, and we realized how much fun it was to just kind of sit and be in the space.
Yes, and especially because we haven't actually been in the space in
it's been
about 2 weeks.
We've been away for a couple of weeks, so it was really nice, and so definitely reach out to us, especially if you guys are, if you're local, come on by. We're here every Sunday. Other than that, that's all I've got for this show.
As always, that's Mike.
And that's Rob. Happy Father's Day. We will see you soon. Peace. Thank you.